All the tools we use to run one Airbnb.
What does it actually take to run one Airbnb? We'll share with you the tools that we would use if we had just one.
Stay to the end, we're gonna share our most used app, and the best part is it's totally free.
Hi, I'm Sarah Karakayan.
And I'm Annette Grant, and together we are
Thanks for visiting.
We've been hosting for well over a decade, welcomed tens of thousands of guests, and earned thousands of 5-star reviews.
Our portfolio continues to bring in over 1.5 million year over year, and supported not only by the industry's leading brands, but also some of the biggest media outlets.
And we're here to help you with your furnished rental. Tool number 1, the OTAs.
What is an OTA, Annette?
Online travel agency, think Airbnb, Vrbo, Booking.com.
But there are so many out there. And here's the thing, because I've heard this from some people, even like influencers in our space, they're like, well, if Airbnb is the largest driver of guests to my place, why diversify? And being on the other side of over a decade of hosting, I can't tell you enough that diversifying on the OTAs, at least Vrbo, you'll thank yourself later by learning how to do that. Airbnb and Vrbo actually make it quite easy to connect the two without needing another software to do so.
Channel manager or property management software.
Yeah. So you can totally just go and share those iCal links with both of those OTAs. But you have them out there. They're, they get paid when you get paid essentially. So it's not like money out of your pocket. But I implore you to not just
be on one.
Be on one.
And you can do it one at a time. We're not saying you have to be on all of them right away. Start with one, then add another, and another.
Yes, but Airbnb and Vrbo. If I had one listing, it'd be Airbnb and Vrbo. Tool number 2, cut out the competition with dynamic pricing software. If you can't have fun with this, why even do it? Dynamic pricing software. God, how many people have we fought about this? Tooth and nail, they're like, why use it if I've got smart pricing for free on Airbnb?
You have to use it. If you want to be the most profitable host that you can be, you must use a dynamic pricing software. Again, let me repeat that. If you want to be an average host out there not making as much money as you could, you know what? You do you. But if you are coming to our channel, you want to educate yourself, you want to be the best host that you can be and the most profitable, you need to use this dynamic pricing software. You are not going to be able to know all of the events that are in your town. You're not going to be able to stay on top of all of your competition and what their pricing is. This is something that the return on your investment is compounded with each and every reservation. So the sooner you can use a dynamic pricing software, the better your pricing strategy is going to be.
And this should be a third party, because if you leverage Airbnb's smart pricing, we have to remember that Airbnb is going to give you products that, yes, serve you, but also serve Airbnb.
Themselves, right.
Which sometimes the smart pricing within Airbnb just drives your pricing down because they want to get you booked, right? They don't really care how much you get booked for, but they just don't want you sitting vacant. So they'll do what it takes. And because you're a savvy host, that you don't want to sit vacant either, but not at the cost of leaving money on the table. So doing a third-party pricing is going to be so much better.
And we use Price Labs, and we'll put the link to them in the show notes. Tool number 3, the Google Calendar. I don't know about you, but if it's not on my calendar,
it's not getting done.
It's not getting done. And we'll spare you, but if we showed you the behind the scenes of our calendar, everything is on there. And for your short-term rental business, for your Airbnb, you want to make sure that you have things in your Google Calendar, repeating tasks, whether it's your cleans, it's your finance meetings with yourself, it's your maintenance. This is just the hub for us of where our lives happen, and our Airbnbs are so intertwined with our lives that we have to have everything on our Google Calendar.
And here's the thing, you can create a calendar within your Google Calendar that's just your Airbnb booking. So this is free to do. So if I had one listing and I wanted to keep my costs down, and you had a free Gmail account and use a free Google Calendar, you can put your short-term rental stays, your Airbnb stays on the Google Calendar, and you could share that calendar with your spouse, with your business partner, with that cleaner that you want to hire.
Your inspector.
And like Annette said, what maintenance tasks, think about it. So every 60 days, or if you're pet friendly, maybe it's every 45 days, change out your filter. Maybe you want to create a reminder of yourself for the deep cleans and have that be recurring. Maybe you want to do leaf cleaning out of your gutter. So this isn't your personal home where you're going to be first of all, letting it don't do this, but it's your personal home, so you might kick it down the road a couple months. Your properties that you are selling to guests need to be top notch, top of their game, look great, and leveraging a calendar is the best way to do that.
And what we love about it also is there's the mobile version. So we are not ever caught anywhere out and about without our calendar, so we can pull up, are there guests there? And let's say there is something that needs to happen, we can add it to our calendar right away. So we are always wanting to use any sort of app that we can make sure has a mobile version also.
Tool number 4, business banking and bookkeeping. That's right. If we had one property, just one mighty property, we would still have bookkeeping software, think QuickBooks, and a business banking account for all that money to go to every time we get a reservation. I'd keep it separate from my personal funds.
Yep, completely separate. So we actually have a business account where all the deposits come in. We also have a business account for our taxes and profit, and then also a business credit card. That ensures that we have everything separated. So all of the deposits, again, all of the income expenses in an account, credit card, just in case, smart usage there, but also want to get that started as soon as possible. And then that business bookkeeping, like Sarah was saying with QuickBooks, don't let a tax season come around and you haven't done any bookkeeping for, months and months ahead of time. We know this happens to hosts. It may have happened to us a time or two. We don't want that to happen to you. So you want to be doing your bookkeeping on that 30-day basis. Tool number 5, Voxer. That's Voxer with a V. This app has been game-changing. It is a walkie-talkie app. You can, like I said, just use your voice. You can use photos. You can use videos. You can send links. And this is why we love it so much. You get so many dings and dongs and alerts on your phone, from whether it's SMS to text messaging to emails. We know when it's Voxer, it is only our short-term rental, our Airbnb team. So it's our cleaner. We have a plethora of other people we use, but even if we just had one Airbnb and we just had our cleaner or our business partner, we would have that Voxer contact for only our short-term rental. That way we know when we get that alert or we see a message there, it has something to do immediately with the property.
And if you think about what it's like to be out in the field, okay, if you've never cleaned an Airbnb yet, I can tell you, you feel like you're up against, because you don't know what you're walking into. You never know how a guest is going to leave a space, okay? So, and you only have a certain amount of time to do it because hopefully you're booked that night too. And so as you're making the bed or as you're like checking the cupboards to see if they left anything, if you were to do SMS, when I go to my text messages, I have to go to the text message, press the plus sign, find audio, then hit record to talk into it, because talking is a lot easier than texting it out. Voxer is so nice. There's just one button. You press it. You can either press it and be hands-free or press and hold it. And it's easier for me to back in the day, Voxer, my husband, hey, on your way home from work, can you make sure that you bring, I don't know, more coffee, more coffee from the coffee shop that we get coffee from. It's just easier and yes, and it's a different sound. It's just different. It just separates,
different alert,
compartmentalizes. But I like how you're in the unit and you're busy, and you can just do a really quick message and it's done, and the person gets it. You can also have a big group situation, so as your business grows, you can add people to it. You can have different chat channels. So you can have a chat channel with this cleaner, a chat channel with this cleaner, a chat channel that's just you and your business partner or your life partner, whoever's helping you with your short-term rental. So it's a really great, easy way to communicate.
Right, and a lot of people, when we bring up this tool, they're like, oh, have you ever heard of Slack? Have you ever heard of Airtable? We use all of those too, but this one specifically is so nice, what Sarah said. Our boots on the ground team, time is money making for them. When they're in a unit getting it ready for the next guest, they want to just be able to let us know what's going on and keep us in the loop as quick as possible.
All right, let's give this to you in practice now and take you through a day in the life of an Airbnb owner who has one listing. This is the best business advice that I think Annette has given me over the years.
No, do tell.
You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
It really stuck with me.
I want to know.
That's really good.
I want to know.
Okay. Every morning, check your banking account. It's just good practice to know where your money's going, what's coming in, what went out. And if you're in your bank account every day, do not get obsessive with this, okay?
Right. Absolutely.
Once a day is probably fine. But doing it when you get up and you're ready to start, you got your business hat on, to go into your account and look at it, see, do the deposits from Airbnb or Vrbo look correct? When you paid your cleaner, did that come out? Did that go through? It's just good to have a pulse on your banking account.
It just so happens we're filming this on the 1st of the month, and I can share, this morning, what did I do? I went in the bank accounts because it's the 1st of the month. I have everything set up on auto pay, but I went in. Did our mortgage get taken out this morning? Those are the things that I don't want to be surprised.
No.
I want to know ahead of time if there was a glitch or something went wrong. So it's just a good way to, especially like today, like I said, it was the first. I went in, I already knew what was going to come out, but I was just trust but verify that everything was running smoothly.
It's good business practice too. I would be hard pressed if you stop with one Airbnb listing. I think you're gonna see, especially if you're good at it, how fun it is, how lucrative it can be when you work hard at it. And as you build, this is just good business practice. Okay, so we've checked our bank account.
Yep.
We feel good about it. Nothing, bounced back or came out of it. Everything looks to be in order. Now I'm gonna look at my day.
Calendar for sure.
Calendar.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna look at Google Calendar. Are there any reminders that popped up that I've already set for maintenance that day? Are there guests coming or going today? Does that match what I believe to be true on the actual OTA? We learned that word at the beginning of the video, right? Airbnb or Vrbo, wherever else you might be listed. And maybe like if you've got your cleaners on your Airbnb calendar as well on Gmail, on Google Calendar, did they accept the clean that's supposed to happen that day? So that's something too that, yes, you've got the calendar and you've invited people to it, but have they acknowledged the fact that you've got a clean today and that it's, you got a guest checking out and then another guest checking in, or maybe your plumber is due to show up at your property and you need to make sure they're there by 2 so the work can get done by 3 because their guests checking in at 4 and you want to make sure there's buffer room there. Whatever that is, you got a handle on your day.
And what I love, I should have filmed myself this morning. This is stuff, I have slow mornings. Like I have my cup of coffee. You can do this on your phone. You don't have to sit in front of your computer yet. It's like I have my cup of coffee. I start drinking that. I read, journal, do all that stuff. But then I'll pull up my phone really quick, check the bank accounts, and then also look at my Google Calendar for the day. So this is stuff that you can kind of just weave into that morning routine, and it can be done before you even sit down at your desk, but it's going to set you up for success.
Now, we've got one listing. So we don't have a fancy unified inbox or property management software where our guests are going to be chatting with us in a different place. So you probably have to go to Vrbo and Airbnb and check to see if you have any messages. You have to see, like, does everything look to be in order there? There's no cancellations.
Every question's been answered. You don't have any alerts that you haven't attended to.
No, it's also good practice to actually go to your listing and with fresh eyes, because it's the morning still, does the leading photo that you have set, is it attractive? Is it appropriate for the season of booking that's happening, right? So if the person's gonna book today for a stay 30 days from now, is that photo enticing for that shopper, that potential buyer? Read your listing, and I would do this, once or twice a week. Do those words make sense? Did a guest say something to you about something they loved about your stay last week, and you're like, you know what? I should put that in the description, because if that's what guests are finding valuable, then I should point that out to future potential guests. Did I respond to my reviews?
If you're not responding to your reviews, make sure to check out our video on how to respond to reviews.
Yeah,
it's really, really important. And it is one of those things, like, put it on your calendar. Like, you would be surprised. There's so many things that we have to do in the day of just making it part of what Sarah's saying.
This is one listing.
That daily routine. Because you can tell when hosts are asleep at the wheel. Yeah. They haven't looked at their photos. They haven't looked at their pricing. Let's talk about dynamic pricing. This might not be something every single day, but again, choose what day of the week, what time of the month. Is it weekly that you're going to be looking at your dynamic pricing software? When you first start using it, you're going to be looking at it a lot more often. But again, this is something that you're going to want a calendar to make sure that you haven't just, again, fell asleep at the wheel, because it's like, how often are you opening up your calendar? Want to make sure your dynamic pricing is dialed in, because that is an art and a science there. So you just don't want to set it and forget it forever.
And so then maybe your day is getting going and you're the cleaner because you've got one listing and you're trying to keep all that money, for yourself right now, or
what is that, Sarah?
I'm taking all the money
scooping it in,
off the table,
squirreling your money.
Yeah, and I'm taking it to my house and I'm putting it. No, I'm taking it to my business banking account. Okay. Maybe you have to actually now you got to leave your house because you got to go to your property and do things. Maybe it's clean it. Maybe it's meet the plumber. Maybe not. Maybe you're hopping
water the flowers. We've been watering our flowers.
It's been very dry here in Columbus. Maybe it's actually not leaving your property, but you're Voxering your cleaner, because you got to trust but verify. Hey, Mimi, just a reminder, today we have a guest checking out. I gave them a late checkout at 11 a.m. You said that was okay. And the next guest is actually checking in today too at 4. So we have a back-to-back. Let me know what time you think you might be arriving so I can make sure that I'm there to inspect the property before guest arrival, and I can have my whole day planned, because maybe you're also doing something else. You've got a full-time job or another side gig, right? And you're trying to balance your day. Check in with that person that you rely on to be there and be an accountability partner for them. You're the CEO of your business. Make sure that's all buttoned up. So you Mimi voxed you back. She's gonna be there. She's excited. She's got no questions for you. Maybe you have a few minutes before you head to your other side gig, and maybe you pop into your bookkeeping account and code some transactions.
Yep, if you can have your bank account and your QuickBooks linking, make sure that everything's linking up there and stay on top of it.
And you're gonna get through your day. Mimi did her clean. You go and you inspect the property, make sure it's perfect, write a handwritten card for your guests, calling them by name, reiterating why they're coming to town. You're so excited they chose your place to stay because they're coming to visit their family that lives down the street, and you hope to be their home away from home the next time they come visit their family. You're gonna make sure your guest checks in okay. Maybe you check your lock. Maybe they didn't tell you what time they're arriving, even though you asked, and that's okay because we're catering to how they wanna travel. So we check the lock a few times. Okay, they got in, no questions asked. Awesome. And you can go on with your day and do whatever else is next in your life.
Well, you probably want to listen to a podcast. Make sure to check out our podcast
Okay.
or watch a YouTube video. And I can share, that's what we do. That's what Sarah and I do as hosts. Like when I used to clean, you better believe I would pop my earbuds in and
Learn more.
listen to a podcast. So that's something too. Like, what are those other apps that you can be educating yourself throughout your day?
Oh, and like this isn't an app, but it is a really awesome resource we made.
It is a tool.
It is a tool. It is a tool. It is our Airbnb's Essentials Checklist. It is completely free, and we have added to it over the years. So if you already have your Airbnb up and running, see if you have everything on our list. And if you haven't started yet, this is going to be the ultimate guide. Go grab it today.
Up next, make sure to check out 10 beginner steps to start your Airbnb and also how to respond to a negative review.
And with that, I'm Sarah Karakayan.
I'm Annette Grant, and together we are
Thanks for visiting.